Twoje miejsce docelowe jest właśnie tutaj. Typowy kierowca autobusu. Jesteś na miejscu. Zapraszam do oglądania. Jarosław Juszkiewicz.
Gdzie my w ogóle jesteśmy? Jesteśmy w Arromanches-Les-Bains. No dobrze, jedziemy ich odebrać na dole przy muzeum. Wszystko? Chyba wszystko. Bus w lewo. No dobra. Tak nie wygląda to, nie? Fajnie! Podobał mi się ten pomysł. W ogóle cała ta droga, jak pewnie widzieliście, była bardzo fajna. Fajowo. Takie atrakcje to ja lubię. Myśmy za nisko nie zjechali. Bo wjedziemy i już nie wyjedziemy. No i co? I tu koniec drogi, plaża. Oj, mosty przenośny. Czy da się tu w lewo? Da się, dobra. Oj, tu niestety trzeba, widzę krawężnik, ale jest specjalnie krawężnik niski.
You have reached your waypoint. It is on your right.
Z przodu ma 5 metrów, z tyłu ma 10 metrów. I oni właśnie, widzicie, tak stają, że no niespecjalnie, niespecjalnie. kółeczko i zobaczymy, co się zmieni. Chyba, że tu się w lewo nie złamiemy, co? Tego też mogłem nie przewidzieć. Zobaczcie, jak ja spokojnie jeżdżę. Zapomniałem mojej butelki wody. Dobra, złamiemy się tutaj. Tak spokojnie jeżdżę, że butelka wody postawiona na piórze wycieraczki nie spadła. Taki powinien być test na płynność jazdy kierowcy. Stawia się butelkę z wody i jeździ się tak, żeby butelka się nie przewróciła, albo szklankę najlepiej, żeby się nie stłukła, nie wylało. Coś jechał i coś ostro mu leciało. Czy prosto pojechać? Musimy chyba się tu trochę przykleić na chwilę, póki któryś gagatek nie odjedzie. O, gagatek odjeżdża. Montejo.
J'attends des amis qui sont en bus. Ils pourront stationner là ou pas?
English?
Ah, English. Bon, alors mon anglais n'étant pas assez bon, je ne sais pas.
It's empty down there now.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's go steal it.
We may try to, but I'm not sure. Is it for buses? Or
Well,
is
there
it
was a bus there.
I thought it's a taxi rank. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, drop off there, you know?
Could be.
Yeah, drop off.
He
Pick
probably
up,
does see
drop off.
taxi, so I was like,
Ah,
that's fine.
let's just not run her over.
Points.
You want to count us down here or count us on the bus? Oh.
Get
We
on?
didn't know whether to get on the bus or not. We were told to make it flat.
Where he would go, but one of the signals to them was in fact the slapping sounds.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Very well.
Glad to be back.
Good. We missed you.
Practice as well. No, I'm sorry.
You didn't see
Right,
it.
that's everyone.
GPG.
You didn't see it, but you knew about it.
Nah, Omaha.
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 Yeah.
It's ran into them.
But like the point which is further
Just enough
east.
so that-
Yes,
And then we
and then
do-
we'll loop
And then he was able
around,
to look
yeah.
at the area that they were doing the practice on. The area they did the practice on was selected to look exactly similar to the Normandy coast as they could get, even with the marshes behind that. was in April, so 2 months before.
Okay. Did everyone have a good lunch? Yes. And it wasn't the same. No. My paperwork said it was the same, but it wasn't. Surprise. It was going to be beef. Let's not talk about beef. I hope you enjoyed coming back down to the town and actually experiencing the town, not just from above. I think it's a nice lunch stop. I think it's a nice one to come and do. So what we'll do now is take the 30-minute drive to head back towards Omaha. As you saw, the tide goes quite quickly. So by the time we get there, you'll be experiencing a bit more of the low tide. Low tide now will have reach its peak at 4:30. So keep that in mind when you see Omaha. It won't be called low tide. The tide, it goes out. So whatever you see, double it. Alright, when we get there. We'll do a couple of stops along the beach. Give you a chance to get down there, take your shoes and socks off if you want to go stand. Yeah. Take your shoes and socks off if you want to, and just let you take that moment, because Omaha for many people is the turning point or the emotional point to add to today. Then after that, we will then get on the coach and make our way up towards Bunkier has a public restroom. Omaha is limited. It is very, very limited. Remember, we do have the restroom on the coach, so feel free to use it. But the next public restroom, shall we say, will be at Bunkier. So, anybody got any questions at all? No? Do you want to Anybody want any water? Any water?
So Lisa, it's WN62 or 64?
Which one would you prefer?
We can see both.
If you want to see both, we can see both.
Well, more 62 just as a landmark.
Yeah, 62 is easy to get to.
Yeah, but 64 because that's the one. Well, we don't it for these.
62 is easy. Yeah.
After 600 meters, you're right on the roundabout and take the first exit, 514.
So just to confirm, we go to A first. ABC as it is. Or CBA.
I would like A first, then B, and then yeah, C. It'll be WN65.
65? Okay. Still relevant.
country they're from. So that particular one was a US flag, or it could be British or Canadian or French, so on and so forth. The large road that you see coming up on the left-hand side, this is another example of a mulberry whale. So remember, these were the roads, 4 roads that were attached to the harbour that we saw over in Arromanches. You attach these things and that allows all your trucks and your vehicles to actually get off of the ships and onto the beach, rather than obviously just dropping them the same way you did with the official, initial first couple of waves. During the anniversary, they actually allow vehicles to drive over them. So as part of the celebrations, you got all these jeeps and stuff just going crazy and having fun. But as we go down the corner here, so yeah, what we'll do is just drive slowly along the beach and not on the coastlines, okay? So as we turn here, what you're going to see is your first view of Omaha. Now keep in mind, low tide is not until 4:30 this afternoon. It is currently 2:30. So you've got another 2 hours of the tide going out, just to give you an idea. Now here on the left-hand side, as we make our way round, you've got a couple of the first memorials dedicated. We're currently on Dog White sector of Omaha Beach, and what we're looking at just here on the left is one of the WNs, known as the resistance nests. But if you look down, look through the grid at the front where those people are now, and you can just see the barrel of a gun. Can you see that guy squatting down looking? Okay, so that gun is what caused the big problem here at Dog White. When we look at all the sections of Omaha, we talk about it being bloody Omaha and all the disaster because of what they had to scale over here on the right hand side. It was actually this gun that caused a lot of that hassle and a lot of that problem. You're going to talk about places. You're going to talk about Frankfurt. So the reason why this one caused such a havoc is where it is now exactly as its placement. Like I said, WN, so that's WN72. We're going to take you down to a few of the WNs, the resistance nests that the Nazis had scattered along here along the coastline. That one is facing at a diagonal angle. So if you imagine low tide, which was still not at another 70 yards onto this, that's low rising tide, and so that is where you landed. So if you can imagine all your Higgins boats arriving in, that gun there was destroying the hell out of them, because the Higgins boats, remember, is only metal at the front, it is wood at the side, and therefore one of those attacking these Higgins, it was just destroying the boats in this area. So bloody Omaha is relevant to this sector, not the rest of them. The rest of them actually went okay. It's this part here. Now out about 5 miles, you had the USA Navy destroyers about 5 miles out, and one of them was USS Frankfurt, and this was led by a guy called Harry Saunders. Now he had 12 ships in his little, so he was part of the it was the USS Navy Destroyer Task 18, which had a total of 12 ships. He was running USS Frankfurt, and 5 miles out, looking through blue binoculars, the rules were, or the idea and the plan, was that when these men get ashore, within the first half an hour, the radio communicators would communicate back with pinpoint accuracy as to where these sniper nests, where these resistance nests were located, in order to give them better accuracy for what they need to take out, rather than firing randomly at Omaha Beach or any of the beach sectors. Now, unfortunately, after half an hour, this building here on the right hand side as well, by the way, this is the only building that was standing here on D-Day. This is the only one. The rest of them have been rebuilt. The rest of them were not here. The Nazis didn't want them here. That's an obstacle for them. They need clear visual sites. So the rest of them were all rebuilt post-war except for that one. So when Harry Saunders was looking through the coast, it had been 3 hours and still no communication had been given. 3 hours. None of the radio communicators has actually communicated back at this point to say, this is what's happening, this is where the resistance nests are located, this is where you need to fight. So they've got all that heavy artillery just sitting 5 miles offshore, and they're not doing anything with it. Now keep in mind, they're not supposed to go forward. The minesweepers are doing continuous circles around the fleet, because the Germans used delayed bombs. So if you've got a mine in the water, it doesn't just release on first pass. They were delayed. You could have 3 or 4 passings and these things still would not release. So you had to keep sweeping the area in case of one of these delayed mines. So they were under strict instructions, stay where you are, do not move. The problem is that nothing was happening on the beach. They're looking through the binoculars and seeing everyone just being destroyed, and they couldn't do anything about it. So what Harry Saunders decided to do, he looked through the binoculars and went, you know what, we need to help these boys, and he gave the command, break channel, follow me. And at that point, all 12 ships broke past the mineswept lanes completely against order, in order to, sorry, can you stop, slow down, can you do me the reverse bit, we'll just pass one of those spots. Sorry, I'm talking and not looking where we need to go. We're going to back up a little bit because I want to show you something special. So as that was going on, he comes in about 500 meters offshore and then runs parallel to the beach. At this point, he has more of a visual of what's going on, and he sees the men at dog white pointing to that gun. At that point, Sanders on Frankfurt knows what's happening, and at that point he can then open fire on that particular gun. So it was him that really saved that sector, otherwise the whole lot of them would be wiped out. The radio communicators even later gave reports and accounts. It all went wrong for them simply because they were expected and planned to drop in water at knee height. So all their communications were on their back, knee height. Because of the bad weather, unfortunately, they were dropped up to their waist and chest, which caused all their equipment to get wet, and when they got ashore, the radio communications were useless. And apparently there's even accounts where they would lay them out, they would pull all the radio attachments apart, lay it out on the beach in the hopes to dry it so they could put it back together and use it. But at that point they were literally sitting ducks. A little bit more.
Yeah, waiting for the cyclists.
We're just waiting for the cyclists to move out of the way, and we're going to head back just about 20 meters or so, because we told you that Colville is now obviously the permanent main American cemetery, but the first ever American cemetery was down here at Omaha Beach, and I was too busy talking and we went right past it. So we're going to just reverse back up to it so you can see it's going to be visible on the right hand side of the coach. And then when we're up here ahead, what I ideally want to do is, Dale's going to give you a bit of a talk when we get to WN64. When we get up there, that's when we'll get off the coach and actually go down to the beach. You'll find that that area is actually a lot quieter than here, so there's a fair chance that we might actually have the whole section to ourselves, which is easy red sector.
Destroy them before the war?
So just here on the right hand side. So just here on the right hand side, okay, you can see that guy's pushing us out the way. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll pull over. If you want to get out and take a photo, you can do. So just down there on the right hand side, you'll see a marker, and it says this spot marks the first US American cemetery on Omaha Beach. So when the men were shot and killed here, they placed them in a temporary cemetery here. Since then, everyone's been removed and is now up at Verville-Sur-Mer that we went to this morning. So
they're just moving out. So
okay, they're just moving out. Once they're gone, we'll take their spot, and you can either stay on the coach and take a picture, or if you want to get off, you can. Yeah, it's straight on the beach. Yeah. Yeah. It's up to you. I mean, we'll see WN right there. So go up to it then if you want, and then head down to the beach. So just here on the right hand side. So if anyone does want to get out and take a photo, you can. If you'd rather stay on the coach, it's entirely up to you. We'll open the door in case you do want to get out. So yeah, I would say go to the first.
Yeah. Okay.
Do whatever you want to do.
All right.
Are you alright with that?
Yeah, no, I'll do it that way. Because I haven't seen the beach before. I've never seen it off the beach before, so I'll take that.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's fine because I can talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we've broken up, just
Yeah.
They got control of France, did they razor all the houses?
Did they
razor all the houses?
no,
You said there was just one left.
Just on this beach?
just on the beach.
But on the beach here, did they razor them all?
Oh, they destroyed them, yeah. Because they needed a clear visual out to the coast. So all of these were torn down, destroyed, apart from that one. That one's used by them, and now that's an Airbnb.
So then after the war, the families get property back?
No idea. I said if the family survived, sure, but I wouldn't know the detail on that. Does anybody else want to get off?
I got out.
You got out? Oh, I was out already. everyone's still off.
That's it.
Is everyone back on? Yeah, okay, we're good. So yeah, we'll just, when we get past here, you just go straight, basically, over the roundabout. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. So as we head up here, we're going to see another 2 memorials. Omaha Beach is a difficult one because at high tide, firstly, the water comes right up to the seawall, which is why we didn't want to come down here earlier. There is no beach at high tide. There's nothing. Right? It is literally the road, water. That's how high it comes up. Further up here, you're going to see 2 more memorials to Omaha Beach. There's 3 in total. WN72 that we saw at the end of the gun placement. That is 1 memorial now. Then you also have these 2 ahead of us. So the first one through the front windscreen is the signal monument. Remember, this is the same memorial at every single one of the beaches and places of importance for D-Day. This is the Omaha Beach signal monument. And then on the sand, you can see what looks like Arabian swords, is the best way I can describe them, just coming up here on the left-hand side. This was put up in place for the 60th anniversary of D-Day. And it's a memorial for husbands, sons, fathers and brothers. That's what the memorial is named after, to honour all men, fathers, sons, brothers and husbands.
Do we drive past or we stop somewhere?
Let's just know. We'll drive straight past and go down to the next section. So as you can see, this section's quite busy as far as groups and coaches are concerned. So what we're going to do is go right past it. We're going to go down to WN62 as normally it's a bit quieter. People normally for Omaha, they come down here and they go up here. That's Omaha to them. They don't venture further, she says. Let's see how busy it is today.
Go to 62 instead of...
sorry, 64.
Oh, okay.
64.
What's so busy today?
This is anyone coming to Omaha Beach groups, this is where they come, this spot. That's why I don't want to stop here. I want us to keep going to hopefully a quieter spot. Because as you can see, it's just inundated with groups.
So this is like, yeah. So this is a Saint-Laurent draw. This is that we're at. So this is one of the areas that they're aiming to move through and come up. And there are 2 German WNs. WN stands for I knew this. Wittgenstein. And so there's one on that side, 64, and there was one on this side, 65. So they had a crossfire going along the beach and along the beach, anybody approaching straight up. But as I said, there's 5 draws that they're aiming at along Omaha. This was codename B1, Saint-Laurent. But again, you're just getting that these visuals are really showing you how exposed the beach is to everybody that's coming up off that. And as Lisa was saying, it's actually further out than it is at the moment when they come in. Sorry, I was off with level 72 back there, where actually the draw's not until we get a bit further on. beach. Restroom just here on the right hand side. If it's open, it should be, it normally is if you need it. And then WN65 is just up the stairs here in front of us. You can access it without the stairs by just walking up the pathway on the left. What I would say is we'll stick together for now and let Dale take you up there and give you a bit of a chat. Once we've done that, we'll then head down together through this gap here, which takes us directly onto the easy red sector of Omaha Beach, which hopefully is a bit quieter than what it was further down. So if everyone's happy with that, let's just head up here for 5 minutes and then we'll make our way down onto the sand.